Hello and welcome to another episode of FPL Kopi Talks, the longest running FPL podcast recorded in sunny Singapore, where we look to fill your cups with top FPL review, analysis, and banter. I am Anwar, the not so casual.
I'm ABK, the Arsenal loyalist.
And I am Lukman, the sensible one. How is it going, fellas?
Interesting week. 8-0 domination Newcastle over Sheffield United. Quite a...
Yeah.
How was... Was that your first weekend in Barcelona watching the games?
Was it?
So second.
I was watching the Champions League game, I think... No, that third. I mean, I was watching the Champions League game here. I was watching the game before, so I was watching it here. Yeah.
How's it, man? You
How's
watch it at
everything, bro?
your room or
Yeah. I got a
or
TV.
pub or
so
like...
no. I watch it in my room. I have a TV in my room that I connect to my laptop. So pretty comfy setup I have to watch. Yeah. Except that it wasn't a comfortable watch this week. Watching my team draw with the Spurs.
exciting game though, exciting game.
A game that I thought
Great
we could have won, but I think we'll maybe talk about it later. More about it later.
Yeah, Anwar, how's your week, Anwar?
Oh,
Yeah, we
this
do.
weekend had
Anwar?
everything, man. Yeah. This weekend had everything. So I thought I was down on Saturday, then I thought I was back up on Sunday. Then the last game of the week just turned me back down.
Yeah.
Not easy being on
I have a
top,
friend who messaged me. No, I was a friend who messaged me that he gave up on FPL just before the Newcastle game. But the Newcastle game saved him. He had Trippier and Botman or something. And yeah,
It's good.
one game. The swing is Anyway, all right. I guess it's time to start reviewing this week's game proper. But before that, don't forget to follow FPL Kopi Talks on IG, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and X. And if you see anything you like, show us some love with a like, subscribe, follow, and share.
And if you're listening to this podcast and you have yet to like our Instagram page, do it right now. Don't forget, we've had awesome traction so far this season and we want to keep the momentum going. We will continue to push quality content to spruce up and partner you on your FPL journey. If you have anything else you'd like to see, just slide into a DM and let us know.
Also, if you haven't, do join our Telegram group where we're running our FPL Prize League. I'm really looking forward to today's sport, and without further ado, grab your beverage of choice. This is episode 84. It gets trippier tonight. Let's get into it.
Triple, yeah, bro.
Bos, kopi O1 bos.
You're listening to FPL Kopi Talks.
It's Freddie Young back again. Pushed out by Bartes. Wilson!
Right here. Right now.
What a piece of quick thinking!
Okay, let's start with our first segment, Tall, Grande, Venti, where we put our purely biased, highly opinionated ratings of this game week. I think I should go first. I'll go first. So, I think mine is between Grande and Venti. I had a so-so FPL week. I mean, I had a green arrow. You'll find out later. But I think Liverpool, my team winning, I mean, it made it better. But I'm neither over or underwhelmed. I'm just whelmed. So, yeah, I think maybe 6 out of 10 if I were to give a rating. Yeah, that's my week. How about Anwar? How about you, bro?
Well, I would say I had a decent week until the Newcastle game. So I don't have any Newcastle asset on my team. So the ticker was going up, down, and I think it gently raised slightly under 5. We're looking at like a 4.2 out of 10 this week. Yeah, could have been better, but not the
42
worst. Not the worst.
Do you get
No,
42 points?
I don't, not that bad, bro.
Okay.
Not that bad. Yeah,
Okay.
but still under average lah. So 4.2 out of 10.
Okay.
How about you, BG?
Yeah,
ABK.
for me, I had a green arrow, a big green arrow actually, 4 million plus to about 2 million plus. A really
Ooh,
good
that's big.
FPL week for me. But I think I'll still rate this week as a grande. Because on the FPL aspect, right, I transferred out Mitoma last week for Sterling, so I missed out on that 14 points of Mitoma. So it was last week's transfer that I was a bit disappointed with, and I had Watkins on my bench. Like that first on my bench was Watkins, and I had Chilwell on my team with 0 points. So I decided to play Chilwell over Watkins this week. And
Oh,
it could have gone better lah. So that's why I rate it maybe a 6 out of 10 Grande week. But on the Arsenal side as well, I mean, it's a disappointing NLD to watch. I was kind of disappointed
Was
with
pretty
the
good
result
though.
now.
I thought
Yeah,
it- I thought it was a
I
very
mean,
good
it's a
For
good,
neutral.
for a neutral, it's a good game lah. For Arsenal fan, you going into this game, like there's so many of these articles on Sky Sports saying, oh, combine X1, and then you only see like Maddison and Son in the Tottenham team, and everyone else is Arsenal
Oh,
team.
really?
Yeah, and then I mean, we go into this game as favourites, and then we draw the game at home. Not so nice lah, not so fun to
2
watch.
points drop.
2 points drop for me,
for
like,
you?
yeah. Yeah, as in like, I mean, watching the game, I think the draw is I think deserve. I mean, it was a fair score lah for both teams. I think the fair score is a draw, but I mean, for as an Arsenal fan, I think 2 points drop lah.
I think since
Okay.
since we're
Let's
at
cre-
this, right, let's move straight to Brew of the Week,
Yeah.
where we talk about players or teams that perform better than expected. So we just had a chat about Arsenal and Tottenham. So Son and Maddison, what a partnership, man! What a partnership. What do you guys
Yeah.
think of their performances?
Yeah, so maybe
your own
Okay.
Son?
we're looking at
Let's-
the new Kane and Son partnership. Is it Maddison and Son?
Yeah, maybe.
Son and Son. Huh?
To be honest,
Son and Son.
To be honest, Son wasn't really he wasn't really involved in the game. I felt like, but his feet, whenever the chance fell to him, like his first goal, right? Wow, man, that's like Messi-esque finish with his left foot. So I think yeah, it's quite scary to go without Son. I'm not a Son owner. You guys don't own Son, right? Because we basically didn't advise to go for Son, right? All
Yeah,
three
I mean,
of us.
the fixtures are tough lah. I mean, that's the reason why we didn't push for
2 goals,
either Son or Maddison, because they're playing Arsenal and then they're playing Liverpool next. Yeah, so with Son, I think he's like the reverse Jackson. Jackson, you need like 100 chances, and then he will score 1 out of 100 chances. But with Son, right, you just give him a bit, he'll just
Pure
make use
class,
of.
man. Pure
Yeah.
class.
So I
Yeah,
mean,
so
I think it's also the position he plays lah. I think we mentioned this before in the previous spots. When he's operating as a forward, I think he has more chances to score. Not that he's less
Yeah.
involved in the game, but I think maybe also more involved in the game. Right, but he has more chances to score, and then that would translate to more FPL points for him. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think my stand on Son has always been that they've had some decent games, and it's this trial of fire, right? The Arsenal and Liverpool game. So he and Maddison have shown that they can perform in the big games. The 2 goals that Son took was perfectly executed, man, to the far post. That was just exquisite. And I
Yeah, man.
think against Liverpool, right,
Great.
the chances of him scoring is also high. I'm actually pretty scared facing this Maddison and Son combination against what has been a very shaky Liverpool defense. So if there's any week to move in for him, I think this is not chasing points. Like, this is actually the eye test, right? We see how they perform, the trial of fire, and they show that they are able to do it. So it's amazing.
But I think
Oh no,
this
do you
wa-
own Meadow? Wait.
No, I don't
do you
own both
Meadow?
of them. I haven't had
same.
the
Okay.
opportunity to bring them in. Yeah.
ABK?
I own Meadow, but I think just one thing to take note of is that I think Maddison pulled out with an injury in this game. I think it's the knee injury. I think it's the injury that has been the knee injury has been
Bugging him.
bugging him since he's in the Premier League lah. I mean, whenever he missed out on games in Leicester, it's always the knee injury that kept him
but-
out lah. Yeah, so
He was
I-
on crutches, right, earlier in the season. Is it the same injury when he was on crutches?
I'm not sure about
Like
that lah.
in game week 3, not sure.
Yeah, but I mean, just one thing to take note of, it didn't look so good. And then the thing is also Brandon Johnson, who was starting on the left, right? He also
Yep.
Yeah.
pulled out with an injury. I'm not sure how serious that one is, right? So there could be a chance that Son goes back to
Goes
the
out to the
to left again. So
With
I think
Richarlison up front now.
that's one thing we have to be wary of and take note of before the Liverpool game. Yeah, I mean, before you bring Son in, I mean, that's just a few caveats there that I just want to put there.
Yeah, there's always a risk with
It's
this
big-
kind of transfers.
Yeah. So it's between Richarlison or Solomon if
Yep.
Brennan is out, right?
Yeah.
It's close. And okay, so my question was, because I don't own any Anwar also, right? If you were to choose one between Son and Meadow, it's back to the same question. So I'm currently unsure who I should get. If let's say I can get Son, should I get Son ahead of Meadow, ABK?
I think because they are at different price points, it depends on who you can you can fit it into your team. If it's much easier with your team structure to bring in Maddison, we bring in Maddison. If you kind of like maybe want to sacrifice.
Isolated. Why don't it's isolated? Let's say again for both.
Okay.
Personally, I'll go for Son.
I think I'll still go for Maddison. I feel like Maddison will be involved in everyone's goal. You know, like if Kulusevski scores, I think Maddison will be the one assisting. If Son scores, Maddison will be the one assisting. Maddison also can score himself also. So I think Maddison for me.
Yeah, I would go for Son because it's always nice to have a striker like in a midfield position. So the goal points from Son will probably give you more returns on that. I mean, ABK is a fair point in terms of goal involvement and all this, but I think an assist versus a goal from a midfield position, the goal generally generates more points.
2 points more. 2 points more.
2 points more.
And I think Meadow, the only route for Meadow to score is like long shots only, right? I feel like so it's harder to score, I guess, for Meadow. Free kick outside the box.
Yeah, he's on free kicks duty.
So he takes
but I think that
corners, right? Does he?
Yeah.
Yeah, not all but yeah, but I think there's a niggling doubt the position the Solomon over Richarlison, so that's why I don't know. It's quite close for me. I don't know who I'll go for, but I will definitely get one of them from game week 8 when they start their good run. Yeah. Okay, one more thing. Okay, so I've been down on Spurs defensively, right? From the start, right? But I think like if Bissouma and like Van der Ven keep performing like how they are at the moment, right? I think Udogi will after all be my destiny. Because I'm shopping in the area like 4 point. Van der Ven is good, man. How is he?
Yeah.
I don't know.
How do you miss out on him?
He's like Konate, left-legged Konate, in my opinion. Like,
is he Dutch also? Or is he Belgian?
He's fast also, man.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But he's like a left-sided Konate to me. Like, how is he so fast when he's like so gangly? But yeah, I think
he's Dutch, bro. He's Dutch. Yeah. So the Dutch team...
he's Dutch,
Yeah, the Dutch team has Van der Ven, has Botman.
Yeah.
And he kind of looks like Botman.
No wonder he's not playing. No wonder he's not playing for the national team. Because got Aki also.
Van Dijk also, yeah. So many defenders. They're blessed in that aspect. The Dutch team.
Because I have Chilwell to sell, right? I have maybe Gvardiol to sell. So I'm looking at that price area, right? I think Destiny will be my Destiny. Is it him or Cash? But I don't know. I'm thinking maybe...
I think with the Perisic's injury also, I think Destiny is kind of more nailed on the left side. There's also, I mean, Regular...
Still Bendy.
Oh, I mean...
Ben
Davies, I don't think...
He sucks.
I don't think he'll be the first team. Probably make League Cup features and all. Yeah.
But
I'd rather Porro, but then...
Quite. So I was getting there. The only thing about Destiny is that he doesn't look like he contributes more in the attacking side of the pitch.
I think he does. I think he does.
Porro, he does, but he doesn't look as incisive. It doesn't look like he can provide as much as how Pedro Porro does on the right side. So Porro is quite creative. I mean, like the previous game. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with the quality. I think Destiny, his quality, I mean, he gets into like those advanced 8 positions, right? But then his quality is still not top notch, not up there. But at 4 point, I don't know how much is he.
But for the price, it's 4.7 now.
Yeah, he's really rose in price, almost 5.0. And now Gabriel is also at 4.7, by the way. Just to mention, he's dropped in price to 4.7. So actually, he's really good value at 4.7, to be honest. Yeah. No, I think Arsenal is a pretty decent defense.
So speaking of,
let me look at if you look at the Tottenham goals, I mean, one of them is like there were 3 defenders on Son, and Son still managed to like poke his leg through for the first goal. And then the second goal was just a mistake from Jorginho. So I mean, I think in terms of Arsenal defense, I don't think you have to worry about it. I think you get them at the price that they're at. And I think they'll bring in the points eventually. So I think 4.7 for Gabriel is quite a good value. He has a very good attacking threat. That's it. I took him out in my wildcard.
Anything else on Arsenal? Any other assets?
I think no other assets.
Jesus?
I mean...
Not nailed yet.
As in, not that it's not nailed yet. I think we need to see more from him first before we bring him in. I think that's always the case, for most of the assets. You saw the miss that he had. I think he had the similar, Jorginho losing the ball. Maddison also actually lost the ball.
Yeah, Crazy miss.
in the penalty box.
Big miss.
It was a big miss lah. He should have scored that lah. Yeah, any other like decent striker would have scored that lah.
He showed so much composure for the Man United goal, right? When he cut somebody, Dalo is it? But he didn't show any composure in that chance. It's crazy.
Yeah,
But anyway,
I don't understand it at all because like if you see him, right, he has so much composure when he's dribbling, when he's taking on players, right? But when he's in front of goal, have to shoot, right? That's where all the composure is gone. All the composure is lost. I don't know what happened there.
okay. Let's move on to the next brew of the week. Is Newcastle. So when Anwar messaged on Monday morning, I thought when he said 8-0, right, I thought it was like the score between Australia and Wales, the rugby. So it was like a very cagey, close rugby kind of score, but it was actually Newcastle. Yeah, I was like completely like, what's happening, man? Like, what do you think of the game, man?
I need to make a mention of your goalkeeper recommendation from last week to bring in Foddery. Who considered 8 goals immediately.
It was a mistake. It was a mistake.
You want to catch up, but don't sabo lah, bro. I know you want to catch up, but this is not the way to do it. You know, we are an inclusive community. We're here to partner people, not to bring them down.
Okay, let's
goals considered.
Hey, he still managed 0 points though. He managed enough save points to didn't get any negatives.
Yeah.
But anyways, Farid asked the question on I think IG. Who gambled on Newcastle players over the weekend? Anwar, you didn't, right? So what do you think on Newcastle?
I gambled on another player, but I think we talk about that later lah.
Okay.
But I think for Newcastle is we as much as they have not, I would say they have not been performing as highly as we have hyped them up to following the last season form. But I think nobody saw this scoreline coming. This scoreline was insane. I couldn't decide, right, if it was good attacking or just poor defending, man. So it's like a bit of both. Because like for him, like some of the saves, right, like some of the goals, right, like he looked like he didn't even bother. But that aside, the chances were created. And I think Trippier's delivery has been just pinpoint for this game, man. Pinpoint. I think three
top scoring defender already. Scoring defender.
So fast,
Actually, ironically, right?
Do you think with Trippier is it just a case of a flat track bully? He can get all his assists because of this game, or do you think the assists will keep coming in as the games goes by?
Nah, I think a bit of flat track bully. I think the stats shows that Sheffield concede a lot of goals from set pieces. And also one more thing, right? If the scoreline right was like 4-0, right, I would think that it's more impressive than an 8-0. When it's 8-0, right, you start to question whether how bad the opponent is. I think ironically, right, the bigger the score, like the less credit I'm giving Newcastle. That's how I see it. So like, but okay, if you look at the underlying, right, I think their XGC considered, right, is 4th, I think, and they have tough fixtures for this season.
Yep.
So I think if you look at the underlying, right, a double up in defense is probably the way to go. Like if you have Botman, you probably want. It's not enough, right? Because I think if you look at EO, right, I think everyone will have a double Newcastle eventually, and then the clean sheet wipe out. You know what I mean? Do you think it will go that way?
Yeah, you say.
Probably lean towards that.
What do you mean? What's the question again? Sorry. Yeah, breaking up a bit, Roman.
Which got
I think he was asking if a double Newcastle defense is the way to go, given that they probably come up with more clean sheets.
I kind of like the idea of having a double Newcastle defense. I mean, just a spoiler alert, I'm on my wildcard and I actually have double Newcastle defense. I think the reason the reason for a double Newcastle defense, right, I think is because what you get, right, it's on tougher fixtures. You can just play Trippier because he has, Newcastle has a good defense and then he has the attacking potential. Right, and then you can bench Botman or you can bench the cheaper Newcastle defender. Yeah. But on harder, on easier fixtures, you just play both and you can just bang the clean sheets for both. So, I mean, I don't think it's enough to just get one defender because I think everyone eventually will just have one defender and then it just cancels out.
But I think my issue here is that Trippier is a bit expensive. Trippier is a bit expensive at 6.5. So I think like myself personally, having Haaland and Salah, I'm a bit priced out of that move. So right now, I don't think I can afford Trippier. Even if I do a wild card and I want to keep both Salah and Haaland in my team, and also with like assets like Maddison and Son up front, I think I will go with Botman.
You can go for Botman,
at
bro.
least Botman.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least Botman, the cheaper, the cheaper, the cheaper
Cheaper
option.
cheaper option.
So yeah, so the cheaper option.
Okay,
Yeah.
so for me-
but I think
So
need,
for me, I
need to
got-
get one in now.
Yeah, so for me, I have Botman already, right? And I can get Chilwell I can get Trippier for Chilwell, actually, with my free transfer after I sell Wisa for Morris. But I'm thinking that is probably what I won't do, because if I just go for a 4.5 million defender, I can save 2 million, and that 2 million will go a long way for my team, because I don't plan on wildcarding. So I'm kind of, I don't know whether it's the right move to just don't go for Trippier. I'm still thinking, because I can do that for free this game week, but I'm not sure whether that 2 million is worth it.
Yeah, if you ask me, right? If you ask me, I think personally, at least for my take, premium defender, unless you're in a run of form like what Trent was on like 2 seasons ago, then I think you would say that, okay, I put the 7.5 million in or 6.5 million in for the defender. But this is just one game. And I think the 2 million point returns on a midfielder or an attacker will generally generate you more points. Like, especially this season where with all the new rules and all this, I think we're looking at a bit more open game, a bit more expensive kind of football, and I think there'll be more goals and lesser clean sheets. So I would save the 2 million on more attacking assets.
Yeah, how does ABK? Is Trippier worth 2 million more than Udogi or Cash? Taking in isolation.
Worth 2 million more than Udogi and Cash. No, I mean, if you're talking about value wise, it's not. I don't think Trippier is, right? Because I think 6.5, as Anwar mentioned, is a bit expensive, right? But I do have Trippier in my team because I'm targeting the fixtures that he has, right? I think Trippier might not be a 10, 15 game week move. I think maybe just 5 game weeks, and I'll assess how Newcastle defense does. Yeah. So for me,
the thing about Udogi and Cash, right? Spurs and Aston Villa also have good fixtures. So like, if all three have good fixtures, so that I'm thinking it's probably not worth it. That's why I probably won't double out on Newcastle defense. I'll just stay with Botman. Okay, speaking of Chelsea just now, let's move on to the roast of the week. In this segment, we discuss players or teams that could have done much better this game week and deserve their roast coming their way. So, a stat, right? Chelsea have won just 25 points in 2023. This is the least number of points amongst teams who have played last season and are playing in the current season. They have failed to score in the month of September and have just scored 5 goals in 6 matches. How much is Caicedo's relegation release cost?
I don't know, bro. He's tied there for what, 8 seasons, 8.5 seasons.
I was just reading this article, I think by Matt Law or something. They said that they didn't want to go for Declan Rice this season because they felt that the English tax was too much. Right. And then in my head, I'm thinking maybe the Ecuadorian tax is even more.
The South American cartels got to them. I think, right, at this stage, right, guys, we can just upgrade Chelsea to roast of the season.
So, but it's a bit boring,
every
bro.
week we talk about this Chelsea team. I'm not if at this point, right, you're still owning any Chelsea assets and you're thinking if I should keep him for one more week, give him a chance, right? Just sell him right now.
I gotta say though, okay, so Anwar was sharing this Instagram photo with me. He was showing how Liverpool and Man City are the top first and second in the Premier League. But Liverpool can't even beat Chelsea, bro.
Exactly, bro. I mean, we played them now, right? That's the hype that they have.
You know why we didn't? You know why we didn't beat Chelsea? Because Klopp took out Salah for Bendo. You remember not? When there's 25 minutes.
Hey,
that's on Klopp. Let's not go there. Okay, question from FPL Milo Dino. What to do with Chelsea assets, or shall we call them a liability? So it's a it's a sell, right? It's a sell, right? Unless you have Colville, I guess. You can bench him.
Okay, the only one, right, that I think it's worth looking at or keeping at least is still the keeper, Sanchez. So if anything, I think they are not scoring. I mean, if there's anyone that worth a grain of salt, right, like just a grain of salt, anyone from that team that I pick right now is just Robert Sanchez.
With Sanchez, I
Okay.
think if you
ABK?
have him, it's not a fire to fight.
lah.
Yeah, it's not a sell, it's not a fire to
that's
fight.
what I mean, yeah.
But if you're considering between 4.5 goalkeepers, it's not him lah. I think definitely not him.
Yeah.
Fotheringham, but Fotheringham is as good.
0 points from 8 goals considered top quality.
But if
Actually,
you
anyway,
have anyone,
I have
yeah.
Yeah, Anwar, you have Chilwell, right? No, you don't have Chilwell. You have Gusto.
No, I don't have
Gusto is
any
easy sell.
Chelsea said, yeah.
You
Easy
have
sell,
Gusto.
easy sell.
Oh, you saw him already. You saw
Oh,
Gusto already.
Gusto got my red card. Yeah, no. He's sitting on my bench right now. So he got
you're
upgraded
hiding
to
him,
red card, right? It wasn't a double yellow card. So I think he'll be missing 3 games.
Yeah.
So he'll be sitting on my bench. I'll be sitting on it thinking of whether I should keep him. But
Yeah, I think
he's fodder lah.
I mean, yeah, his fodder, his you only spend like 4 million on him, so I think you don't really. It's not really a fire to fight lah. But I don't think we'll see him much of him anymore. I think James is coming back into the fray, right?
Just a side track.
Just for one game, just for one game, and then after that
quick side track,
Gusto
quick side
will
track,
be
like-
back.
Okay.
No, just a quick side
I
track. Gusto is up to 4.3 million on purchase, right? But when I sell him, he's still on 4.1.
Oh.
Isn't
Okay.
it like a minus
Good question.
one? Like
This is
just curious.
this is
FPL casual, yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So okay,
EBK.
yeah.
Go for it. EBK.
So, okay, for those people who are unsure of the FPL prices, right? So when you sell your player, right, you only get half the profit where you sell. So let's say you bought him at 4.0 and he's now at 4.2, right? They only give you half of the profit, right?
he's
Whereas,
4.1.
right, yeah, so he's 4.1. So let's say he goes up to
Okay.
4.3, right? It's still 4.1. And when he goes up to 4.4, then it'll be 4.2.
It's 4.15 rounded down.
Rounded down, correct, yeah. So then after that,
Come on,
only if
man.
you go for 4.4, then after that, you get 4.2 for your sell price. And one thing I just learned, right, this one I just learned from the FPL group. I don't know who was the one who mentioned it.
Click the list, right?
Was it at if you click the list, right, like when you look at your team, your transfers, you click the list tab, because I think in the view tab you see the pitch, right, the pitch view. If you click the list tab, you can actually see your purchase price. Right, so that's where you see the. I never knew that. So
But before that, how you find out about your?
I
selling
don't know.
price?
I just guess. I just guess how much I bought him for. I didn't know about this thing. But then Anwar, one thing is that this applies only for profit only. If you lose, right, let's say 5.0, they drop to 4.9. Right, you still sell at 4.9. So like they only put this tax when you get profit. When you
It's all business, man.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
So
got it.
let's move on to. Okay, let's talk about Chilwell. So I own him. I think he's an relatively easy sell, but I'm not planning to sell him because I can play Bayer this game week because
So Bayer, I think is from
I can roll my other
What-
transfer.
what was
That's
Burnley?
Burnley, yeah,
Yeah.
he has a double. Sorry, Lukman, you
So that's
broke
a
up.
double game week.
You're playing Bayer.
Yeah, so I'm playing Bayer. Then I can bench Chilwell, so that I can hold him and then reassess again. Because I have 2 free transfer. Right? I just make 1 transfer and then reassess. That's my plan right now. But I can still get Chilwell for Trippier. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see how.
I say in my head, right. So the reason why I played Chilwell this week, right, was that
Yeah.
in my
Why
head,
did you do
right.
that?
No, I say in my head it was like I looked at last week, right, and then I was looking against Bournemouth. It didn't go as planned for Pochettino. He played Mudryk, and then
You put back him
they
in.
drew
Yeah.
0-0. So I thought for sure like this wasn't the tactic to go. He would definitely be played this week, right? But this week he did the same thing, right? And then
yeah. You know what's wrong with your analysis? Not.
No.
You should go into Pochettino's head.
No.
yeah, so
No, actually, the problem with the analysis, right, is Aston Villa. I bet Aston Villa to beat Chelsea anyway, so you should have played Watkins anyway, even if Chilwell played. That would have been my analysis to play Watkins over Chilwell.
yeah, but if Chilwell played, Chilwell
Yeah,
always
but Aston
has
Villa
that.
is a better team.
Yeah.
You see,
You didn't know that?
you see,
I don't know. You have played Watkins over Chilwell.
I think I would because
see,
Aston Villa.
yeah.
I fancy Aston Villa. It's not like you're waiting like a random guy. It's Watkins, man. He's a steady AD. But yeah, anyway, what's done is done. But anything else, no? Before you move on. Before we
Anyway,
move
just
on?
a shout out to all those Chelsea fans staying there, hang
Bro,
strong.
Don't
You see that?
Don't
No, no.
alienate
You see,
our
we,
Chelsea fan.
I'm not alienating. I'm just saying that we're playing FPL and we're still having hope on players like Chilwell performing. So we understand. I was just saying we understand where you're coming from.
But do you still have hope on Jackson?
yeah.
Not? Yeah, six games, 5 yellow cards, champion. I never hear anyone.
Let's not go there. Okay, let's move on. Okay, we only have one roast this week. I think the other roast is shortly is fordering him. You guys already roasted him and me, but even though I didn't recommend, I mistakenly recommended him. I really corrected myself. Anyway.
To be fair, Lukman corrected himself on the Telegram group. So, I mean, if you're not joined to the Telegram group, please do that. Because,
Wait.
I mean, if any...
you buy a goalkeeper, you didn't buy it.
Yeah. I didn't buy. Yeah. We'll talk about my team later. Yeah.
Okay. So let's move on to Kopi Takeaways. In this segment, we'll be tackling burning questions head-on, discuss key assets to look out for, highlight trends and strategies for the upcoming game week, and answer the questions that you have shared with us. So there were a couple bombs that detonated in Singapore today, right? There's a third bomb that detonated by ABK, telling us that he activated his wildcard. So ABK, the floor is yours.
Yeah, so
Okay.
just pre-pot, or just now Lukman was attending to something. I was just mentioning to Anwar. The reason why I did this wildcard was I was looking at the game week 8 fixtures. I have 2 Chelsea assets, right? And then I'm looking at the game week 8 fixtures. I want to get Son into my team, right? But then I'm looking at the price changes and so I think I'm fine with my core team. I like the how my team is looking like. My core team basically how my team structure is, I like it. But it's just the fringes of my team, like the 5 to 6 players. I think the players that are my differentials, right, that I think I really wanted to change, right? But then I felt that if I did the change in game week 8, I'll be priced out of a lot of moves, right? So I wanted to jump in early and get in to especially Son. I mean, get into Son, Trippier, double Newcastle defense early. I will get my Chelsea assets out as soon as possible. Yeah, so you would think that in a wildcard I would have brought in Salah because looking at my team, I don't have Salah.
Why don't you say your draft first? Why don't you...
are we going to my draft straight? Okay. We're not...
No, yeah. Okay, never mind. We can do it later. Okay, you don't have Salah. So that's the first thing that I saw, the glaring omission of the Egyptian king. So explain.
Yeah, so I mentioned it briefly last week, but I think I want to go into a bit slightly more detail with regards to this. Okay, so let's compare 2 midfielders. Okay, so now I'm giving like names, for example. Okay, so I have 2 midfield spots. Okay, my first midfield spot is so I'm using like the starting prices from this season. Okay, yeah, so I have Saka and I have Fernandes. Okay, let's say for example, I bought them at 8.5, and together they cost 17 million, right? So Saka and Fernandes, they will cost 17 million, and then in another case, I'll have Salah, right, 12.5 million. And I have someone like a 4.5 midfielder, Nakamba, marvelous Nakamba. 12.5 plus 4.5. And together they will still cost 17 million. So, would you rather own Salah and Nakamba over Saka and Fernandes? Right? So, yeah, as in, I know this is like a very like
simplistic.
Simplistic, or because I mean both of you own Salah and both of you don't own Nakamba but then so the reason behind
I own Nakamba actually.
Do you own Nakamba?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, that's the reason. That's the reason why. So I feel that Saka and Fernandes over time, right, they will score more points than Salah and Nakamba together, because I think that's my feeling. Okay. So that's the reason why I'm picking Fernandes Saka route, and so I'm spreading out my money more. So I mean, of course you're gonna say, okay, I don't own Nakamba actually, but then like what you're doing, right, is basically that the funds the funds I have for Salah, right, I actually distributed it to my team. Right, whereas so let's say just now you were giving an example of Trippier. Instead of, you said because of you have Salah, you can't own Trippier, right? So instead of Trippier, then you have to replace him with maybe Udogi instead, right? So like 2-3 positions are like that, So I'm betting that because I say I'm betting that I don't have Salah. Okay, I know that Salah is a good asset, but because of I'm betting that those 2-3 positions are upgraded over the long term. Right, will give me the points that I miss out on Salah. Right, so I think that's my reason for it. And I also mentioned it last week. Right, it's because when you have Haaland in your team, he's your permanent cap. Right, if you're not going to captain Salah, then he's not going to be worth that 12.5 million. Right, so there's this thing where you look at the price per million of a player. When you look at someone who's cheaper, like let's say, this is what I did. Okay, I look at Salah's last 3 seasons. I averaged out his points, and I divided it by 12.5 to get the price per million. Then I did the same for Saka, Fernandes, Foden, right? And then they all gave like similar price per million, right? So in terms of price per million,
Points per million or
sorry,
price per million?
points per million. Sorry, why did I say
Okay.
price per million? In terms of points per million, right? All these mid-price midfielders give the same value Salah give at 12.5 million, right? Yes, I will be missing out on those kind of hauls that Salah have, like 15-pointers sometimes, right? Right, but I will just have to keep steady, right, and keep on with my mid-price midfielders at 7.5. Then I think the points will come back in the end, lah. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
For my, if you own Salah, right, I think you would have to captain him at some games, which I don't think that I would have to do it because I have Haaland as my captain. Yeah.
Anwar?
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm just saying that. I mean, you have to look. This is all about team structure, right? So
Yep.
generally, Haaland, because of how much Haaland is priced and how much points he's getting, he's almost guaranteed in all teams. So the question now is, would you invest in another premium midfielder or spread the chips? So what ABK does is he had spread his chips. No wrong there. Points per million gives the same value. But again, like if you're looking at Salah on a double game week, then a captaincy opportunity will fall in your place. And like the problem that I have with Salah it's not that I'm priced out of other midfielders. In fact, what I've done is I heavily invested in my midfield and my attack. So I still have Saka, Rashford in my midfield, Diaby and Mitoma. But what I've actually given up is actually on the defense. And I think that one of the issues that I have now is finding good quality, low-price defenders to actually fit the team. So I think like if you're looking at Estupinian, I came in early from him, so he's given me some good returns. He's also increased in price. Right now, if you were to do a wildcard, you'd probably be priced out of Estupinian as an option. Might be priced out Estupinian as an option with Salah and Haaland, and you want to bring in Son as well. So I think the problem with wildcarding and bringing Salah in is that it's you like what ABK say. You have to probably think of forgoing one of your midfield option for a cheaper one because some of the lower price quality defenders are very limited at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, just one thing also is that if you don't have Salah, right, you will have a lot of money and you might be tempted to use it to improve your bench, but don't do that. If you improve your bench, then the argument on price per million that doesn't work anymore because you are using it to upgrade your kind of your archers to Morris or whatever. Don't do that. I think you must focus on your first 11. And that's how you make Salah, not having Salah worth it.
Yeah. Okay, so first of all, to go without Salah on the wildcard is very brave. I understand your arguments, but my argument to that is I would definitely have Salah in my wildcard, that's for sure, 100%. But because the reason why I would have Salah is because you mentioned Bruno, right? You mentioned Son. They are not, and Rashford also You can add Rashford because not Saka. Saka you can have with Salah. Right? I think you can have Salah, Saka, Meadow comfortably in a team with Haaland. Right? I feel maybe not Trippier but I'm looking at the midfield only. I still think Salah will be more consistent in the long run, and the fixtures is that much better. Like Man U, you can't trust on like Man U assets like Rashford and Bruno. So that's why I think there's enough, and also there's enough like 6.5 million midfielders also that you can enable Salah. So I don't know, man. Okay, and also one more thing, the captaincy, right? Okay, game week 9, right? Liverpool play Everton at home.
Let's run through that.
Man City, Brighton away. Yeah, Man City play Brighton away. You go with, if you have Salah, I think I would.
Game week 9 or game week 8?
Salah in 9.
9.
Yeah. Yeah, 9.
I mean, I have no issue captaining Haaland against Brighton at home. So that's the thing with having Haaland and Salah as your two premium midfielders. You always have this conundrum, right? Every week you're thinking, okay, should I captain Haaland? Should I captain Salah? And then what happens is that sometimes, right, you pick Salah in fixtures that you think Salah will do better, and then sometimes you just miss out on the points, right? Whereas,
but it doesn't matter.
Whereas
you still have the player.
I know. But then the thing is, sometimes the difference could be a lot. Where like It just so happens that week Haaland, although it sounds like the fixture is harder for Haaland scores more and then Salah gets 2 points, and then it's still a big difference. The reason why Salah was essential in previous seasons because Haaland wasn't there, right? Because Salah was the default captain option, right? You could play around with like one or two different captain options in some weeks, but the default captain option was always Salah, right? So you always had Salah in your team, and then the price per million argument didn't work because your as in the points per million argument didn't work because Salah is always double the points that you get. Yeah. So that was in previous seasons. But now with Haaland and Salah, you're always swapping between the two, and then you might miss the boat sometimes when you're always having to choose. It's the same as having two 4.5 million goalkeepers. Right? You're always swapping, but you sometimes just get unlucky with it. Sorry.
Yeah. But on that point, right? If you want to get ahead in this game, you got to be bold. You got to be brave. You got to have that essential. You have to get an essential differential. So I think what Salah provides is giving you that differential without having you to move for a transfer. So if that week you feel that he really could be your differential and you're betting basically on him outperforming Haaland, then you would definitely get ahead of the curve because everyone's gonna based on default everyone's gonna captain Haaland. So it's a good headache that I would like, and I think that it again depends on your risk appetite. For me, big rewards, big returns, big risks, right? So with Salah and Haaland, Haaland is default. So if I have him as default, everyone has him as default. I need that other high risk, high return player, and Salah is my man to go lah. So moving that, I think we discussed quite a bit about Bruno and Rashford. Here we've got some questions from the Telegram group, Kenny, and also from IG Sharul. They asked this question: Is it still worth to keep Salah? Sorry. Not Salah. Is it worth to keep Bruno and Rashford against Crystal Palace or sell Rashford for informed Son? So what do you guys think? Do you guys own Rashford? I know ABK owns Bruno, right, this week?
This week I own Bruno, but then I had that decision actually yesterday lah. I sold him for Son. I put Son in my team first. Personally, I would keep Fernandes for one more week. And then play Son the week after that because Son plays Liverpool and then Fernandes plays Crystal Palace at home. Right, so I would still want to keep Fernandes if possible, but it's just that I was kind of catching that price rise with Son and I don't want to play my wildcard and book in the transfer for Son later. That's why I brought Son in for Bruno. But I think for me, Bruno and I wouldn't keep both Bruno and Rashford, right? Because I mean, just watching the Man U game, although they won Burnley, I don't think they were superb against Burnley lah. I think Burnley actually in the first half looked the better team. Right, so but you gotta give it to Bruno. That finish was sublime. Yeah, it was
not Evans, not Johnny for the assist.
Oh, what is he left-legged? He's not left-legged, right?
I'm not sure, bro.
Johnny Evans.
No, they got lucky lah. But I'm a
okay,
Rashford owner. I'm a
Rashford
owner, and I have one free transfer this week. I'm really thinking if I should. Again, because it's Crystal Palace, right? For Son, as much as I don't want Son to score against Liverpool this weekend, but I think he has potential for returns not only this game but the games after that. And like ABK mentioned, the price rises. You want to catch that before they go up even further, given his current form. And the thing with Rashford is that for even in like an opposition like Burnley, Burnley they are not a very defensive team, but this United team was still not able to break their defense. So I think Rashford, I don't know, it could be mixed personnel, like not working with the personnel, not on form. I don't know what's wrong with him, but I'll probably sell him and get in Son. That's one of the moves that I'm considering. Yeah. Enough is enough.
I think I think wait one more week. I think Crystal Palace at home is okayish. And my order of getting midfielders in is Maddison, Son, and then Diaby. I think those teams have better fixtures from the next game week. So I think I'll hold if you own one of them. But if you own both Rashford and Bruno, I think you should wildcard, bro. I think Kenny probably have both. Right? I think you can consider wildcarding. If you have both Bruno and Rash, I think that is maybe too much for you to. Obviously, depending on the rest of the team. But yeah, I think if you have one, it's a key. But if you have both, wildcard.
It's about 18 points, right? 18 million, right? For the two of them.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. Yeah.
That's Salah.
Okay, let's move. I think Kenny, you have both. I'm assuming. So are you considering a wildcard? You can copy ABK's draft. Go without Salah or something. I don't know. kidding. Okay, let's next question. Richarlison. Sorry,
Not Richarlison. Rich Steno. He's my friend. He's Arsenal fan also.
Richest no. What? Rich Steno.
Rich Steno.
Okay. So Rich Steno.
I think that's just his Telegram handle. Like. His name is Rich.
Rich. Okay, Rich. He asked, is Luton a classic double game week trap? Okay, so I just listened to the Scoutcast from so there's three of them, right? So out of the three of them, right, one of them won't own Morris. The other one will own Morris, and the other one is considering to captain Morris. So like totally different takes in like Morris. So
the guy who will captain probably lying. The guy who said he will captain Morris is probably lying. Just for the
but
club content.
His argument is
just for the Instagram reels, bro.
Yeah, bro.
No, but to be fair, he followed the models, you know, those like algorithms. Like Morris is like second or third. So I think that's his argument. But anyway, I think I'm 99% bringing in Morris because Visa is thinking my team out 4 blanks in a row. So I'm definitely going Morris, but I won't captain him. That's my stand. So is it a trap? Probably, but I'm still getting in Morris.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay?
I think it's a trap. I think getting Luton, both Luton and Burnley players are a trap. Alright. I think if you don't have any Luton and Burnley players, my personal recommendation is not to have them. I have a wildcard. My wildcard. I just put my 4.0, one of my 4.0s as a Burnley player. Alright. But then the thing is, I think you should only bring them in. I think the only person you should consider bringing in, right, if you want to bring in anybody, is Morris. I think this is the only one worth. I think even bringing in based on the points he's been getting, right? But you should only bring him in if you are going into this game week with two transfers, and you're using only one of the 2 transfers, right? And you're not using the second transfer. Let's say you moving. Let's say for Lukman, right, he's moving from Visa to Morris. Yeah. Right. Don't use the second transfer. Roll the second transfer so that in the next week you can actually use that transfer to get Morris out. Right. In that situation, I think you should bring Morris in. But in any other situation, you have one free transfer and to bring Morris in, I think it's a waste because you're booking a transfer later to get him out. Yeah.
I would be as rigid, but if you have a second transfer and you need to fight another fight, I still think it's fine. Like just gamble, and especially if you're gonna you still have your wildcard, right? You can easily play your wildcard. If like Morris is sticking on your team, I don't know.
But there's no one worthy of to bring in, in my opinion, for this double game week. So like for me, I have Kabori on the bench, so he's probably my only double game week option that I'm gonna use this week. So I'm not bringing him in. He's already in my team. But if you were to bring in anyone, I think Morris would probably get like 4 points from the double game week for 90 minutes each game.
8 points for captain. 8 points for captain.
Oh yeah, captain 8 points. But yeah,
you're losing all the Haaland points, bro. Don't forget that.
And Everton is also coming to form. I mean, they won their last game. Not just coming to form, they won their last game. So yeah. it doesn't look as.
Last week we were saying how like Everton is the worst team in the world gonna get relegated.
No, Luton.
Yeah, bro. One game is not form, bro. One game is not form.
No form. But what I mean is they're coming into this with a 3-1 win, and Luton is struggling to even get a point. So Luton is not there. Burnley also against this United team couldn't keep that clean sheet. It's a trap.
Okay, one more thing. ABK say he only will bring Morris, right? Let's say you're sitting with Gusto and you have 2 free transfer. I don't mind buying Kabore. I think he's created second in big chances created for all defenders this season. I think he's okay if you have.
I don't know why you want to bring Kabore. I mean, Kabore that's a maximum of 4 points. I don't think Luton will keep a clean sheet, bro. Like why?
But I mean, if you
okay, I know it sounds like it is 2 easier fixtures for Luton, right? But if I want to bring in anybody, I'll bring in a Burnley player, bro. Because I think Burnley has a higher chance of keeping a clean sheet against Luton than Luton will have a chance of. Because you look at how Burnley attack against Man U, it's quite promising actually. I think that's definitely going to be a goal.
Okay, but who to bring in?
So if I want to bring in, if I'm bringing Burnley defender, right, I'll bring in the player that I have in my team. It's Amin Al-Dakhil. It's an Iraqi player, bro.
Okay.
Bro, you're wasting your wild card.
Iraqi?
Yeah, I think he's like Iraqi ancestry, like Hannibal.
But I agree with Lukman though. I mean, Gusto is fodder, and you bring Kabore for this game week and put him in as a fodder. I think Kabore is a decent fodder option.
No,
And I think if you're comparing like Burnley and Luton defensive assets, right? I don't even know why we're discussing clean sheets because both teams will struggle keeping clean sheets. It's just the
Yeah.
attacking,
That's why I say the
possible
attacking.
attacking returns
Yeah.
that we have. So
Okay.
Kabore has an edge over any player. Yeah.
Okay, let's move on.
Because
Next
he's a
question from
trap.
Kum. Right, next question from
Kumzandinho.
Kumzandinho. And also burner account from IG. He got only one follower. So they asked what to do with Brighton assets. RZD got the Pep disease and best Mitoma replacement. So first of all, I wouldn't sell Mitoma after he hot for you. So just chill first. Just hold Mitoma for now. And what the rest others, I think S2 is a keep. You can bench him in the tougher fixtures, but after that they have a good run. So I'm thinking besides Mitoma and S2 Milan, I guess the rest is a sell.
Yeah.
You guys?
Yeah, I have this
You can't
two
sell
lah.
Mitoma after
So
you can't sell Mitoma, right?
you can. But I think
You think
like
so?
what he's saying is that like Dizabi is having like a pep roulette. I don't think it's a roulette. I think we just not sure. Like we haven't understood Dizabi enough to understand what are some of the things that go through in his decisions, right? I mean, like he had Mitoma on the bench. Like why he brought this player? I mean, there must be a reason. He's handling European football midweek as well. So it's just about understanding how Dizabi rotates his squad, and he's got decent rotation options on his bench. So is
Okay,
it a
okay.
roulette? I think it takes some time lah. But Mitoma and Estupinian, if he benches these two players, wasted lah.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
last question, okay?
But
Never mind.
best Mitoma replacement, just a quick one. I think that'll be Diaby, same price.
Okay,
Fair
last
enough.
question. So last question, what to do with Embuemo?
Diaby.
Sell for Diaby.
Yeah, so the reason why
I
Diaby
think-
is because I think Villa has good fixtures now. So then there's the reason why I
But-
mentioned Diaby. But I wouldn't.
But you don't
really-
have him in your wildcard team.
Yeah, because I have Watkins
okay,
already, bro.
never mind. Okay.
But
Let's
Brentford,
we'll talk about his
yeah.
team. I think Embuemo is a sell if you can afford to sell him, but it's not like an
It's a sell
urgent
lah.
sell. But yeah, Diaby is a good.
Like
But
Visa and
let's move on.
Buemo.
Let's move
I
on.
was just saying, Visa and Buemo don't have a very strong team midfield behind them to help them with the season. So
Actually,
I
their
feel that-
midfield is quite
yeah.
okay. I feel Jensen
decent,
not bad.
but like
Yeah, not bad.
yeah, but a bit the system lah.
It's a mid-table midfield, I would say.
Yeah,
Like just a higher than mid-table, above average midfield, I would
Yeah.
say.
Which is decent, lah.
Yeah, decent.
Which
lah.
is decent
Yeah.
enough. Okay, so off the menu is a segment where we pick a differential less than 5%. So recap from last week, Anwar. Who won?
Yeah. So last week, ABK chose David Raya,
But he didn't buy him.
he didn't put his money where his mouth is. Then Lukman got in with Edson Odward, and I came in with Leon Bailey. And I think this has got to be one of the most disappointing of the menu pick ever. I hope this will be the worst performing of the menu pick, because I'm quite embarrassed to say that collectively they only had 5 points to distribute among 3 players. So I was at the bottom. Leon Bailey only got 1 point, and then Raya and what's his name? Edward had 2 points each. But we came with a very crucial rule today because of this similar point system. The winner of this week will go to the one that had the lowest expected ownership at the start of the game week, last game week. So this week goes to David Raya from ABKP.
We'll keep track.
Yeah, but I think I deserve it. Because he is safe. I think that save I think deserves the of the menu itself.
Which one? The
But,
Sun save?
um,
Yeah, I think he didn't save that.
The Suns' goal came from his poor save, what? Right? He didn't like save. Okay, let's move on. Anwar, why don't you go first with your pick? Anwar.
He's fixing his mic. Yeah, maybe I go first.
Okay,
first.
ABK go first.
Yeah,
ABK
okay.
go
So
first.
I'm actually going for even lower EO. I think the lowest EO of possible ever. Alright, I'm going for a 0.0% EO player. Alright, I'm going for this player called. I'm targeting the double game week. I'm going for this player from Burnley called Mike Trezor. He's
Mike Trezor?
who is this guy? He's the Belgium. He's the in 2022-23 season. He's the top assist in the top 10 leagues in Europe.
What position is he?
Midfield. Yeah,
Only all your cards,
he got 24 assists for his team in Genk last season in the Belgian league. So Belgium is the top 10, one of the top 10 leagues in Europe. So he.
Wait, what's his name
he
again?
got
I can't find him.
Mike Trezor. Like like the Bitcoin, the cold wallet Trezor, with an S instead of a Z. Tresor. Mike Trezor.
Okay.
Yeah, 0.0%
I
owned.
can't find him.
Double game week.
0.0%.
Yeah.
That is the reason why it's 0.0%. And then you cannot find him on the FPL app. Like
Yeah.
Norman.
Are you sure he's in the game? I can't find him
bro.
on the,
Doesn't
I'm on the app
exist.
now.
You must. I think you must start m.trezor. M.trezor.
Okay, we find later. I'll put it up on the post so you guys can have a
See
bit more
some hope,
research on
guy.
M.
I literally can't find him.
Hey, he got,
Okay,
he got
I
a
know
good
what I
stat
got
there.
next.
Okay, my of the mini pick for this week, I'm targeting Sheffield United. So I'm going with Mikel Antonio. So Mikel Antonio is at 4.2% selected, 5.9 million. I think Sheffield United, if you saw the game against Newcastle, they struggled against the big defenders in the set pieces. So just imagine Ward-Prowse coming in with the cross, and I'm going with Miguel Antonio. I'm just hoping he returns against Liverpool. Also, I think he caused Matip some problems. So I think he will cause this defense some problem as well. So Miguel Antonio.
Okay. So I'm going for a safe one this week because he's only 4.3% owned. I want a W for this week. I'm going with Carter Morris. So
Yeah.
there's nothing much to add.
You're the only
just
one
want
that
the- I want
hasn't
the
scored a
W.
point yet. Is the
Yeah.
current of the menu score is 2 points to me, 1 point to Anwar, and 0 points to Lukman. So hopefully you can get.
No. Actually, you should start this week because we have the new EO rule, right? Shouldn't we start the scoring?
Okay.
I'm okay.
No, bro. No time for this.
No. Okay,
But,
just try
but
my luck.
imagine this. Imagine Carlton Morris doesn't score more points even with 2 games. Then you should minus 2
Okay,
points.
whatever.
And Trezor also got 2 games, by the way.
Trezor,
I'm still looking
okay.
for Trezor, bro. Hey, BK, are you sure?
M.Trezor. M.Trezor.
What position he play?
Midfield.
Okay, I find. I
Which
post
part?
on the
Okay.
on IG.
Okay, before we move on to teams, so I just want to touch on UCL fantasy. So match day 2, right? I'm playing my limitless chip, and then I'm gonna work out in match day 3. So anyone want to follow my tactic, you can follow. And if you want to copy my limitless draft, just ask me on Telegram. I wouldn't mind sharing. I'm top, by the way, in the mini league. So if you guys want,
Lukman is like a knockout game specialist. His workout was pretty good also. Yeah, knockout
Okay,
fantasy
quick one.
specialist.
I'm targeting 3 Arsenal for my limitless, right? They're playing Nons. Who should I just quickly 3 assets for Arsenal in the Champions League against Nons? EVK, just quick one.
Jesus, Saka.
Yeah.
Odegaard?
Trossard is alright. Yeah, Odegaard. I think I'm.
How much is Ben
thinking
White?
of Those, two. Those 3.
Ben White.
Doesn't matter the price. Limitless.
Oh, Ben White.
Limitless.
Ben
Really?
White.
Big Ben? Okay, come. Let's move on to teams. I will start with mine. So my game week was 78 points. Green from 2.8 to 2.2, so it was an okay-ish week. I did the obvious move from selling Henry to Botman. So I was a bit annoyed that I missed Botman's price rise because I checked every morning and Botman was only 80 plus, right? And he still rose. What is FPL Towers trying to... I don't know, whatever, but I still got 12 points from him, whatever. So my team quickly is Pickford, Chilwell, Estupinian, Botman, Vardy, Salah, Saka, Rashford, Foden, Captain Haaland, and Visa. So my team, right? Now just ask you guys. I'm doing Visa. I have 2 free transfers because I wrote the other. So I'm doing Visa to Morris, that's for sure. So I'm asking you guys. So the reason why I'm not doing Chilwell to Trippier, which I can afford, is because I want to keep money in the bank to buy other players. For example, Morris. If I buy Trippier now, right, I'll be stuck with Morris for like a medium to short term, short to medium term. That's why I'm thinking I'll just hold a transfer and.
Yes, hold
What
the
do you think
transfer. That's what I recommended. If you have 2 transfers, all right, and you have 1 transfer, you just do that for Morris, and then so that you can have that option to use that to get Morris out also.
Okay, it's quite straightforward. I know.
Yep.
How was your game week?
Yeah, so this week, I actually brought out Awoni and brought in Alvarez at quite a late moment. Yeah, I mean, like,
why do you do the transfer?
Sorry. Yeah,
Why did you
so
buy
the thing
Alvarez?
is
Were you
that
FOMO?
Alvarez had
For more.
quite a good run of form, and then I know that Awoni won't be getting me points, and like I said, I have very weak defensive options to replace if I don't want to play Awani, for example. I mean, I could have played Kabori or Udogi in that game, but yeah, either would be a risk, like a 0 point risk. So Udogi actually came 0, and Kabori came in 5, but that was like a gamble. So I decided that the lineup came out, or there were some leagues that Alvarez was starting. I thought it's a good time to actually just come in for Alvarez, and I think that, yeah, I mean, on one hand, like some people say, chasing points and all this, but I think Alvarez and Haaland partnership has proven, or I rather say up to this moment, their partnership is quite good in the sense that Haaland opens up the space for Alvarez to fill up the holes lah, and Alvarez is performing. The only shame is that the reason why Alvarez at one point, in my opinion, was because of Rodri's red card. So with the red card, I think Pep had to shift around his team a little bit to be a bit more defensive. So yeah, so I had Alvarez. So my team, I think I have one free transfer this week. I've got Gusto, who's on a red card, and but I'm bringing Kowore on. I'm quite happy with my team structure and the players that I have on my team. So Saliba, Estupinian, Kabore, Saka, Mitoma, Rashford, Diaby, Salah in midfield, Haaland and Alvarez up front. But I'm not very happy with my goalkeeper option. So I'm got Pickford and Turner. So
But
these guys are like
against
2-1, 2-1,
Luton,
2-1,
Pickford, I think
2-1.
it's fine.
Yeah. So I'm keeping faith in Pickford. I probably just do the transfers when I have my wildcard.
Mm.
Yeah.
So what transfer are you
So
thinking?
red arrows all around from 150k overall to 500k. So the swings are pretty big. 63 points. So my first below average game week for this season.
Oh, yeah.
But it's okay.
Wait, Anwar didn't send. You didn't send your team, right, Anwar? He didn't send, right?
Yeah. But it's
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
It's good. I
I
mean,
didn't
he really
So
made-
what
I'm
transfers
not
are you
doing
planning to
much
do?
move.
So
No,
you're
I'm
rolling.
just keeping my transfer, and then I'm putting Kabori in instead
Okay.
of Gusto in my team. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay, okay.
we had a
I'm
question
rolling.
from on Instagram.
Who?
Are you afraid of Abdullah and Lukman catching up with you?
I think ABK had to. I don't know whether it was a typo lah, but he had to put there 2.7k overall. I think he's missing 3 digits in his number. Not afraid
Well,
lah, not
it
afraid.
was
I
my
think
fault.
probably take
My fault.
it probably take 3 or 4 bad game weeks for them to catch up. So that's a pretty good head start. So I'm having running this marathon with a lot of tailwind in front of me.
Yeah, okay. Let me
Okay.
just run through
ABK.
my team that's gonna catch up with you soon. So game week 6 was a good game week, 84 points. Could be better, as I
Yes.
mentioned
Solid.
earlier. Pickford in goal. Set up in a 4-5-1. Chilwell, unfortunately, I had in my team. Estupinian, Vardiol, Botman. My midfield's Foden, Maddison, Saka, Fernandes, and Sterling. And up front, I got Haaland. So I think that, as I mentioned, the disappointment was having Sterling instead of Mitoma, which I made the transfer last week. And also with Watkins on my bench, I put Watkins on my bench, and then I had Chilwell on my team. I think that was disappointing. I could have gotten much more this week. Yeah, but that said, right, I played my wildcard. I explained why I played my wildcard just now earlier. You can listen to it and during the Kopi Takeaway part.
Wait, can I say something? I'm still shocked that you played your wildcard.
Yeah,
Especially that you don't even have Salah in your team. You can just fix with a hit or something, right?
No,
Looking
man.
at this team right now.
No, I saying, like, I want to get Chelsea assets out. I want to remove, like, I want to get out.
Hey,
all
you
this
can sell
French
Bruno
players
and Sterling.
Okay, so
You can sell Bruno and Sterling for a hit. Okay, never mind. Continue.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, I want to get Son in, I want to get Trippier in, and all these players. If I did it,
Okay.
I say if I did it in game week 8, right? I was looking at it. If I did it in game week 8, where the fixtures do turn for Tottenham, right? Then I think I would be missing out on price rises. Will be priced out, and I wouldn't be getting the team that I want. So I thought, like, I'm really gonna know what moves I'm gonna make in game week 8. Why don't I just do it now, lah? And just build out.
When do you
build on this
activate?
momentum. When the game week ended, I was looking at the price the price statistics. And after that, I was thinking, okay, these are all the players that I want.
Okay.
And I got so many players in my team that was dropping also. Sterling, Chilwell. I was like, okay, if I want to do it, I have to do it now. If not, then that's when I can catch the price rises. So I just did it now. So I managed to catch like 0.4 million in price rises. Like, so anyway, this is my team. Set up in the 4-4-2 this week. Areola in goal. I swapped in Areola for Pickford finally. I got 8. Then I went through my team, right? Yeah, I got 2.7 million right now, my overall rank. Okay, but anyway,
No, You didn't go through your team yet for your wildcard team. You haven't.
Yeah. I'm going through my wildcard team now. Lah. I'm just talking about my previous call.
Okay.
Yeah. So Ariola, my goal 4-4-2. I have Al Dakhil, Vardiol, Botman, Trippier. Midfield Bowen, Foden, Saka, Son. And up front I got Watkins and Haaland's my captain. I got Maddison on my bench. He's on the yellow flag. I got Cash on the bench also. I got Archer on my bench and I still have Turner in my team also. Yeah, so Al Dakhil and Archer probably be the second and third on my bench going forward. And then that's the kind of group of players I'm working with. Vardiol, I think because of Man City rotation, I might consider bringing someone else in instead of Vardiol. But we'll see. I might be some changes before the deadline, but this is how my team is looking right now. Yeah.
Anna, you want to roast his wildcard team?
I think he's overthinking quite a bit here. I thought you had a pretty decent team, but I'm quite surprised.
I don't know. Yeah.
You sounded like
Firstly, yeah.
you sounded like you did your research. You wanted to, but if he said that he saved 0.4 million on the price changes, I think that's quite significant at this stage, lah. Because the good players, the players with quality, just gonna keep going up in price, so you might miss out on those. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I don't know whether I would have Wildcard, but looking at Wildcard team, right, I don't know whether I'll have Vardiol and Foden. I think Man City come into a very difficult run of fixtures. I will have Diaby 100% over Watkins to save money also. But then again, you have no Salah, right? So you don't really need to save money. So I don't know, man. It's difficult. I mean, all the best. Good luck to you, but it's interesting. Because to go without Salah, for me, it's a huge risk. Which I feel that you are very comfortable to take on. But I want to ask you something. If Salah do bang, right, do you have a plan? Or will you just stay?
Yeah, so I think Salah, Son is 9 million. I think he's as close to a premium as possible.
Yeah,
so whatever emergency Salah funds would I would just have to top up to Son to move from Son to Salah. I mean, because I don't think anyone would be able to afford Haaland, Son, and Salah in the team. Right, so
you can though, on the wildcard. You can try to fix.
Yeah, you can, but then as I said, like you are losing out on that 2-3 players in your team. That for me, I feel that over the long run, that 2-3 players that you are missing out on over the long run, I think they will be the ones that you lose out on more points. Like, right? I mean, you don't get that burst of Salah 10 to 15 points, but over the long run, this like players like Trippier over Udogie, right, I think just week by week, right, they'll just tick in with the points, and that's where your points will come in from.
Okay, I want to ask which among in your draft now, right? Which one is the negotiables? Which one is still not nailed in?
I think Vardiol and Foden, maybe. Vardiol, Foden. Bowen is definitely my team. I think West Ham has a really good
Watkins?
run of fixtures. Watkins, your suggestion of Diaby is also good. I like the reason why I got Watkins and Cash in is because Villa's fixtures are also getting good.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the reason why I kept Watkins in my team between Watkins and Diaby, if you mentioned, I wouldn't have both Diaby and Watkins, right? But if I want to bring in Diaby, then I'll probably take Foden out, right? And then I'll bring someone else in for Watkins.
Darwin, bro.
Yeah, I'll consider that also. But
highly recommended. I think it's time to. I think if
cover for
if
Salah.
it's time to go. Yeah, no, as in because you're on a wildcard, right? I think it's okay to put on a wildcard, not on a free transfer. You see. So I think right now, he's probably nailed right now. I mean, it's hard to say he's nailed, but he's on form. I think if there was a time to go on Darwin, right, he's on a wildcard. If he goes wrong, then you can just sell him.
Yeah, I'm surprised he started both games also. He started in the Europa League and then he started again on Sunday.
Yeah, so I'll go Diaby and Darwin, and Vardiol I'll probably get Destiny, bro. It's probably your destiny too. You never know.
No,
but okay.
As in, it's just that they're facing. I have to think about my next game week also because Tottenham plays Liverpool next.
Oh yeah, true. We can play cash, I guess. Okay, anyway, let's move on to mini league. It's a good discussion, man. I enjoyed this part. So let's move on to the mini league. So in third place, we have friend of the pod, very good friend of mine, Muhammad Salman with the team name Kinder Mbuemo. he basically jammed in Mitoma's 14 points. I don't know whether he was aware of that. But anyway, second place, Alex Lau with Are You Sure No Gabriel? And at first place, retaining his first place, is Emad Nawa with the team name Nawa Rations. So his 2 free transfers.
Very close, huh?
So he came. So he actually bought in. He sold Chilwell and Saliba for Botman and Reguilon. That Reguilon, 5 points he got. So I'm not sure about Reguilon, but I guess he's
Reguilon's how much? 4 million.
I think 4.5.
Interesting.
I get 4.4. I guess he's the budget and he's probably near, right? I don't know about Shaw, his injury, but yeah, so he finished with 69 points, so not the best game week. He still managed to retain the first spot. So Sanchez, he's currently, but his overall rank is 4.2k, so that's crazy good start. So yeah, Sanchez in goal, Estupinian, Botman, Reguilon, Rashford, Eze, Salah, Foden, Sterling, Alvarez, and Captain Haaland. Yeah, so nothing much to say. ABK?
We're very close.
Yep.
Alex is just 1 point behind him overall. So 429, 430. So they're really tight there.
Yep. So, I mean, if you haven't, it is just a reminder for this mini league, we give out the Premier League jersey of choice to the season winner. You may find our league code at the Telegram channel where we administer our league and interact with the community.
Yep. And if you haven't, let me remind you again to follow us on X, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Links for all our socials are embedded in the description below. Do like, share, subscribe, follow.
We'll be back next week, I think Wednesday night, post the double game week fixture to review double game week 7. Any questions, just hit us on our socials. Thank you, ABK.
No problem. Thank you, man.
Thank you, Anwar.
Yes, I'll be back stronger next week. So watch me. Watch this space.
And thank you to me. We are FPL Kopi Talk signing out.
You're listening to FPL Kopi Talks. Right here. Right now.